Yo, what's going on? It is 1 p.m. here in Crystal Lake. It means it's time for another live stream. Today is Monday, June 30th, 2025. Guys, I'm messing around with the audio again. Let me know if it's too crazy. I'm not sure if this sounds right. I mean, it looks like I'm royally messing up everything, but you guys will have to let me know. Every time I listen back to the live stream, the audio just doesn't sound good. So I'm trying some new things. All right, let's get into the show. Today, before we get into that, let's say hi to everyone listening on the audio version on the podcast. Hopefully you're having a good run. I was just thinking the other day that I would love it if people that listen to this audio only, are specifically tuning in, after their workout. So, for me, a lot of times, I'll go for a run. I'll listen to music for the warm-up. Or I might listen to a podcast in the warm-up. And then I'll have a session where I switch to music for sure. And then afterwards, I'll go back to the podcast for the post-run vibes, for the cool down. And I think that would be perfect. If that's you, let me know. Send me a message somehow and let me know if that's you. Because I feel like that's kind of the genesis of this live stream, is that moment. And I'd love to hear if you guys are listening to it that way. And then for everyone watching this later but not live, welcome to the #1 drive time radio show for runners that is neither meant to be watched while driving and is not on the radio. So, yeah. Stephen C. says, yes, the fan did stop. So I think here's some things. One, I always feel like whenever I go back and rewatch the live stream, not that I go back and rewatch it, but I want to, quality control. And I check it out, it seems like the volume is really, really low. And so I've raised my mic previously, and today I thought I'd mess around with some settings. And then today I realized, now that I've messed around with those settings, you can hear when the air conditioner, which I'm in the basement, it's not a finished basement in here, and you can hear when the air conditioner kicks on. So we might hear that, but the alternative is then I have to turn the air conditioning off for everyone in the house. In the winter, I can get away with turning off the heat sometimes, but for the air conditioning, it's just going to get too hot. So you might hear a fan kick on from time to time. All right. Okay. JC said the static is gone. Yeah, the static was the air conditioner, so that has turned off. All right. So hopefully this sounds better, at least for everybody, for people that are on the live stream, for people that are watching this later but not live, and for people that are here live. All right. AJ said he's got 20 miles today. He did 20 miles today. Slept 3 hours and calves are twitching. Oh, you probably need some electrolytes. And or maybe you don't. Maybe you're just exhausted. But I know I've been needing more electrolytes because it's been so hot and I've been sweating like crazy. I did get my sweat test results back from Brooks, and they're like, you're a heavy sweater and a salty sweater. Not the heaviest, but more than average. And so I've been leaning more into a variety of electrolytes. Not these, obviously, because these are all ones that I never tasted before. But I got a bunch that I want to try. Most of these are ones that Patrick sent me or gave me when I saw him in New York. So we'll try a bunch of these. I got this. I got a bunch of water bottles. I got a bunch of fluid, and I got a big jug of water. And then I got Salt Stick sent me more chewables. So we'll try some. It says just chew them, and I think they're electrolytes. So with a boost. So we'll try some of those, and hopefully none of our calves will twitch anymore. Although I have a feeling by the time I'm done testing all of these, because a lot of these have caffeine in them, I think I'm going to be twitching. All right. Scott said he did the Cara Go Run 5K on Saturday. It was hot but good. I was going to do a 5K on Saturday. I think it was in Hoffman Estates or something, not that far from me, that All Community Events puts on. And the bad thing is that it was one of those things where you could pretty much sign up until 7:30 in the morning of online. And so I kept thinking, well, I'll decide later. And then when it came time to wake up on Saturday morning, my legs were pretty wrecked. just with all the heat this week and then increasing mileage, I just think it's been wearing on me. And so I was like, I don't know if it's a good idea to race today. Plus, it was going to be super hot. So I chickened out, and I decided not to run. But I'm glad you got in there, Scott. I'm regretting that I didn't run it because I think that would have been fun. But yeah, I think my next 5K will probably be the one that I normally do, the one that's up here by me. There's a little lake. And then it doesn't go around the lake, but it goes through the community that's on the lake out here. We might do that, but that's after 4th of July. And Melinda says, I love Mortal Hydration. The margarita is the best. Okay. The 2 flavors that Patrick gave me are margarita and berry. I'm not a fan of berry flavored things, but I do love the graphics on this. Kind of reminds me of like when IPA beers started really exploding, and then like the labels and the boxes that they came in were super fun. Kind of getting that vibe to it. All right. Brian says, I'm a week late, but I set a 92-minute PR at Grandma's. Amazing. 92 minutes. Ran a 3:26:58. Previous PR was my first race 10 years ago. Just want to say thanks to Yuko and the whole Run Club for helping me learn a thing or two. Well, great job, Brian. It's amazing. And I'm proud of you for coming in at 3:26:58 and not 3:27:01, for example, which would have been an awesome time as well. But 3:26:58 sounds so much better than 3:27:01. I'm proud of you. Good job. AJ says, do you baseline with 0 salt for some time before the test? One can't sweat more salt than they take in. That's a good point. We did not baseline test. I don't know if like the full, because like, you know, it's kind of like a tour group guide thing. There was like a dozen of us, 15 of us that did the test. And so I don't know if it's something where they do a baseline test. But I think that that's not the problem that I had, that I was undersalted beforehand, because I was sweating a lot. I had a lot of volume and a lot of salt in the sweat. So that wasn't, I don't think that's a problem for me. But maybe it could be for other people. Thomas Wynn says, Petrie, is this Friday going to be humid running that race in the mid-70s by the time we start? Oh, Thomas, you better not be complaining about mid-70s feeling hot, because then otherwise the internet will get mad at you for saying that that's hot. But yeah, someone else mentioned that they're getting ready for Petrie over the weekend. Sorry, I missed who it was. Well, that's cool. I will not be at Petrie this year. I think Tommy's heading down there. So Tommy Runs will be down there. Yeah, and I really do like that race. It's a fun one. And I hope you have a great race, Thomas. 70 and humid is going to be hot for sure. That's how hot my run was here. It was in like mid-70s, I want to say, this morning. And pretty humid because it rained a bunch last night. So hopefully you get at least a little bit less humidity. But, I mean, it's going to be like 4th of July in Atlanta. I don't think you're not going to not get humidity. But hang in there. And Daniel Burton says, I did not race the Pearl Street Mile. It was way too hot at 89 degrees. 89 degrees, I mean, I guess it's only quote unquote a mile, but that's hot. That's hot to start a race. I don't know if you guys saw, I think it's Mustache Runner that's going down there for Petrie. But it's been, you know, like, I think people intentionally put out bad takes, or maybe they're just incorrigible contrarians on social media, and they put out bad takes and they love the fight, you know. And someone was saying, like, to all the run clubs that are canceling workouts when it's 90 to 100 degrees out, what are you going to do when it's 90 to 100 degrees on race day? And people were like, we're going to stay inside because the races are going to get canceled if it's 90 degrees. But I guess for a mile, maybe they can push it a little bit differently. I don't know. Alex says, woohoo, Peachtree. Alex, are you going down there for Peachtree this year? I don't know if everyone saw, but Alex was in the Adidas app. Where was it I saw, it was hard to figure out who it was at first because the guy was wearing a shirt while running. But it was Alex. It was in the app, so congratulations. You look good. Oh, Johnny Dodge says, running's popular when morning run groups are a thing at Glastonbury. He says, I wasn't there, but I've seen this on socials and TV coverage. I don't know. I feel like you got Diplo's Run Club. You got the dude from Travis Barker's got a run club. So I mean, I feel like that's becoming a thing. I do want to go to one of those because I feel like the vibe is going to be very different from a run club. And, not to say that there is a universal run club vibe. Different run clubs do different things. I just feel like the vibe, it'd be a unique experience to go to run like a Diplo's Run Club. But also, I mean, like there's a marathon at Burning Man, isn't there? Like Ryan Van Duzer's done it a bunch of times. I don't know if it's actually a marathon or if it's a marathon in like the trail ultra sense of it, where it's like, it's about a marathon. So like combining like these festivals with like running is kind of, it's an interesting idea. I mean, I suppose it would reduce a lot of anxiety. I get anxiety is probably the right word, or concerns that I would have for like a big multi-day festival, being like, oh man, I want to go to this festival, but it's going to be multiple days already. Number one, that's a problem for me schedule wise. And then number two is like, when do I get my running in? But if there's running in the morning, I mean, I feel like, you know what, if there's a brand out there that's looking for ways to activate around a morning run club, hit me up. I've never been to Glastonbury, but it sounds like fun. I mean, it sounds like a young person's idea of fun. I actually don't know if I would like it, to be honest with you. Yeah. Itai wants to know, will you get or review the Takumi-san 11 soon? They started popping in some places, not sure if in the US. I don't know. I would love to. Maybe I can get one for that 5K coming up. I did sign up for another 5K last night. If you guys are going to be in Detroit, first week of August, there's the Detroit Classic. It's going to be on a track. I believe it's going to be on a track. Yeah, it's going to be on a track. It's at a track meet. It's not a meet, but it's a bunch of heats of a 5,000. And Tommy Runs is putting it on. I just bought my tickets last night, bought airplane tickets, and I think I booked a hotel. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I booked a hotel. So that'll be the first week of August. So I'll be out there. I'm going to run a 5,000 meters. I don't know if you can hear that, but the air conditioner just kicked on. Filming down here is delightful when I'm trying to work. In the winter, I get about 9 minutes in between the heater kicking on and off. I don't know about the air conditioner in the summer. It's really hot today, so I don't know that I'm going to get a lot of times without the air conditioner in the background, unfortunately. But I'll be there for that. And I'd love to run with it in the Takumi-sen. Because I was thinking about it last night. I was like, am I going to run in spikes? Like, I don't want to be in spikes for like 20 minutes. You know? Ogazy says, what would be a good interval shoe with some stability and sidewalls? I'll say a lot of the ones that I don't like, probably. One would be like the Mach X2. Another one would be probably the Endorphin Speed 4. I do like the Endorphin Speed 4. I just bought the Endorphin Speed 5. It should be arriving soon, but I haven't tested it yet. But the Endorphin Speed 4 could be one. It's pretty stable. It doesn't have sidewalls, but it does have like a winged plate, and so that kind of gives it a little bit more stability. That could be one to look at. I had another one on the top of my mind, and I've lost it. Mizuno Wave Rebellion Flash could be one. That one's going to be very stable. Firm is basically how I think of it. But those could be some good interval shoes that are stable and have some sidewalls, or have some sidewalls. Thomas says, he grew up in New Orleans, so he knows about humid summers in the 90s. Oh, well, Columbus has spoiled me now, though. Yeah. I mean, Columbus still gets hot, though. I mean, for my part taste, I think it's hot. It gets hot in the summer. Alex says that for his Adidas photo shoot, they forced him to wear the shirt. Well, that makes sense, though, because I think those images are going to go over to Europe and stuff. Alex, I don't know if you saw it, but Fordy posted something the other day. I don't know if he tagged you or not. But Chris Ford over in the UK was like, we were inspired by Herm, and so me and the boys decided to run with our shirts off. And they were like, it was liberating. It was great. I guess I just don't think that they do that in Europe. But, yeah. Mark Peterson says, I saw Ben Gibbard of Death Cab for Cutie ran Western States. Had no idea he was even a runner. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But, I mean, does it surprise you that, like, is it that surprising that, like band members of certain genres of music would subject themselves to the tortures of an ultramarathon race? It kind of is on brand, I would think. I mean, it's not so much on brand with the musician, but then again, like a lot of musicians now are incorporating running not only into their own fitness, but as part of their community outreach. Not outreach is not the right word. Community building, you know? And Alex says that Fish has always done a 5K for weekend runs. I did it in AC a few years back. They were also supposed to do one for a curveball before I got canceled. Oh, I didn't know that. I've never been a Fish fan. I'm not against it. I just never got into it. But that's cool. And it makes sense to me. Yeah. Daniel Byrne says that spikes for a 5,000 hurt. I would tend to agree with you. Like if it were a 3,000, I mean, I did it. I wore spikes for my steeplechase. That was 3,000. And it's not like I was, by the end of it, I wasn't like, oh, it's a good thing that wasn't any longer because I don't know if I'd be able to handle it. But I also feel like for me, you know, running a 20-minute 5K in spikes seems incongruous. You know, it doesn't feel like that's that. I don't need to spike up for that, I think. And I think I may enjoy it more in a Takumi Sen 11. So maybe I'll try to get that. You know, try to get a pair of Takumi Sen 11 for that 5,000 meters. And Steve McKellar says, finally, Kabuzi come to Detroit. I mean, we're going to need to get some pizza for sure. Should we go out for pizza or something? I guess we could do a group run. I'm going to get in on it's like the meet's on a Wednesday. So I'm going to come out like Tuesday midday, probably go for a run and then dinner. I don't like to plan. I mean, maybe we could do a little shakeout the morning of or something. I don't know. Excuse me. I didn't want to overcomplicate it because basically I'm coming in to run the 5,000, support the event. But I won't have a lot of other things on my itinerary of things to do. So, I mean, I will kind of be in the middle of the marathon training though. That's the only hard part. So like, I don't know how much to taper for this thing. I don't know that I need to or should. Cause Sydney will be in like 3 weeks after that. So yeah, I don't know. Steven C says maybe get the dragonflies. Yeah, because they have the big Zoom Air in the front. Like right now, the spikes that I have, because I'm not going to go out and buy spikes for a 5,000 meter. So the spikes I have now, I have a Hoka long distance spike that's a few years old, a very old Adidas spike. I think that's it. And so, like, I'm just not that interested in going out to buy a spike. I'd rather spend the time racing in just a road shoe. Oh, Alex says he did see that that 40 did run with their quote unquote vests off. That's funny. I thought it was super cute that they said that. AJ says, like, what about those crazy Nike ACG shirts at Western States? Those looked hot to me. It kind of looked like the kind of stuff that they like they put in between layers of fragile things when packages are getting shipped. It looked like that to me. So it felt like they were wearing styrofoam. I mean, obviously it worked. It wasn't a problem. But yeah, there was a lot of chat about the ACGs, the Nike shirts. I don't know. Like, the Western States chat was not fun. There was a lot of complaining. I didn't find it enjoyable. I think they need a better moderator. I don't know if they had a moderator in there, but they need a moderator in there. It was not fun. So it wasn't mean. It wasn't unsafe, or it wasn't like vicious, but it was just like, man, like, just, you could turn the chat off and just watch from your phone or your TV, you know, like there was a lot. There was a lot. Adam wants me to race in the Sinister. my Sinister does not have that many miles on them. So maybe that'd be a good way to like to get some Saucony attention, to be like, bring this shoe back. AJ wants to know, like, why would you go with the Takumi Sen 11 over a Vaporfly 4 or Fast R3? They have to be faster. So the Fast R3, I don't know. I'm working on a hypothesis that, like, it's maybe not the best 5K shoe for me. The Nitro Elite 3 would probably be a better 5K option for me. And Vaporfly 4 could be an interesting choice. I'm just not that interested in racing a Nike product for fun. So that kind of takes that off the table. But the Takumi Sen, I think it's made for 5K, 10K racing. And so, yes, it's not the roads, which is what it's more specifically designed for. But I just have a soft spot for that shoe. I love racing in that shoe. My last 5K, my current 5K PB is in a Takumi Sen. So there's kind of that going for it too. So there's a little bit of sentimental or superstitious aspect to it. I just really like the Takumi Sen. It's a fun name to say. It's a fun shoe to run in. I've had good success with it in the past. So that's probably why they're looking at it. I would say that if I ran the 5K over the weekend that I chickened out of, I would have probably either run in the Adios Pro Evo 2 or the Craft shoe. Shipe Pro. It looks like it's spelled, it should sound like Kite Pro, but it's like Shape It Pro, something like that. It was going to be those two, or maybe the Metaspeed Edge Tokyo. Those would have been like the options. Johnny says you can always run in the Adios 9 if you don't have the hands on the Takumi Sen 11 by then. That could be an interesting option, but I think that if I don't get the Takumi Sen, I'm probably running something else carbon plated. But I don't know. Adios 9 could be a good call. My daughter tomorrow in her summer camp, her running camp, she has to do a mile time trial. It's at a track, but it's a paved track. And so she can't wear her spikes, which I'm like, it's off season. You don't need to worry about wearing spikes anyway. I mean, I don't know. Am I overthinking it? I'm just trying to keep my daughter out of spikes like as much as possible. But anyway, she's like, should I run in the, because I bought her a pair of Adios 9s too. We have a matching set. She's going to do her mile time trial on that tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. Richard Wilson says, there were a few front runners at States with the Omius headbands. There were. See, I feel like for State or a trail race where there are crews and aid stations, like Ice is the better option in my mind. I guess you could go Ice and Omius headband, but I would go with Ice. The reason why, like, Omius solves a couple of problems in that, because I've been testing it a lot more, both Ice bandanas and the headband. I think the thing that I don't like about the Ice bandana is that, like, when it's really cold, it's kind of too cold. It's uncomfortable, which I guess is fine. That doesn't last that long. But then when it's not cold, it's super annoying to me. because it's just this hot, humid thing around your neck. And I don't find that enjoyable at all. It's hard to tolerate for me. And even when it is working like optimally, like the ice is cold, but not so cold it's painful, but there's still plenty of ice left, so it's cooling. I just don't like having that thing tied around my neck, which is weird because I run in gaiters all the time in the winter. But it's just the weight of the ice pulling back feels, I don't know that I would like it for very fast running. And I guess States is different because you're not going to be like doing threshold repeats. Not at my level, maybe at the elite level. But I'd say it works better than an Omius headband. Problem is, like, if you're running a half marathon, you're not going to be able to, number one, as a non-elite person, you're probably not going to get ice, even if the course offers ice. By the time you get there, it'll all be gone. And I don't want to stop to refill an ice headband. I mean, I guess if there's an ice bucket, I could dunk like a headband or my hat in the ice water, you know, but like the Omius solves kind of like it stays out of the way, nothing's impinging on your neck, and you could just dump water from the aid station on. I think my final test is going to be like just dumping small amounts of water down the back of my neck in between like my neck and my singlet, because that's what I usually do for races. Like when I run Falmouth, that's always a really hot race. And so basically I'm like going through the aid station, 1 cup of water for me, 1 cup of water for the back of my neck. That's kind of how I do it. AJ says that the craft shoe is a sheep A. You wouldn't believe the most common comment that I got on the craft, or it felt like it, maybe it wasn't, but it felt like the most common comment I got on my Sheep A Pro review was that I was saying it wrong. So, yeah. Scott Finger says, I wore Endorphin Speed 5s for the 5K on Saturday. Is it very different from last year's? I feel like the design is I like the design a lot. The rubber on the outsole, very pretty, but it kind of looks like the same shoe. I don't know what to expect from it. I feel like the price has gone up on it too. Calvin says, is Co ready for the on-running budget his daughter will be demanding going forward? Listen, so she's going to a rock climbing camp, and one of the things that she realizes that like she's going to need hiking shoes of some sort, because it's not just rock climbing all day, because you can't rock climb all day. Your arms just get too messed up. And so they go like swimming in a lake, and they go hiking in the woods and stuff. So they're like, bring hiking shoes. And so I kind of suggested it, but I was like, do you want to get, because on our summer running camp too, on Fridays they go run in Veterans Acres Park. And so like I was like, I probably should have gotten her like a trail running shoe at some point. So I was like, hey, you want me to get you a trail running shoe? And she's like, maybe. I'm like, well, On does make a trail version of the shoe that you trained in all season this year. She's like, I would like that, please. And I was like, okay. So I bought a pair of the Cloud Surfer Trail. There isn't a Cloud Surfer Trail 2 yet, not for women. So I bought her the Cloud Surfer Trail 1. I was like, it's a softer shoe than what you're used to. And she's like, I still want it. I'm like, okay. And it ended up being like $180. So I'm like, oh, that's a lot. She loves her on-track spikes. She loves her on trainers. The girl is obsessed with On. So, yeah, it's expensive. It definitely adds up. Steven C says I should wear the headband in the 5,000. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see. I'll try. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. We'll see how hot it's going to be. Cosmopolitan Michael says, Sifana-san and Bridget Kosgei are both running City Marathon this year. Yeah, how old is Bridget Kosgei at this point? Is she older, or is she still in her prime? That's what I thought when I saw the news. I wonder if Sifana will wear the Omius headband. Has she raced she hasn't raced a marathon since Paris, right? Since the Olympics? Did she run a spring marathon? I don't even know. I'm sure she has, right? I don't know. JC says, has your daughter expressed any interest in pole vault? She's curious in it because it's just weird that I did it. But her middle school doesn't have pole vault. They do. It is a scoring event in the conference, but our school just doesn't have it. And she's like, Dad, you could be the coach. And I'm like, a guy that pole vaulted for a couple of years, 30 years ago, probably isn't a good move. You know, I'd have to also get qualified, you know, to probably do that. So I don't know. Oh, JC says, all right, hopefully I'm still back. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. All right. Okay. So hopefully everyone's back. Okay. Steven C says I'm back. All right. Let's get to some of the stuff that we need to eat today. All right. I am thirsty. So here's the bottle that Patrick gave me. He gave me a bottle, and inside of it had all these things in it. And so Patrick's been working with the feed. I think he's been doing a really great job. Better than anything else that the feed has been doing. So he gave me this bottle. Let's put some stuff in here. You guys have been talking very highly about the Mortal Hydration, and I'm super interested in it. So let's start with the salty margarita. You know, I feel like I should probably talk to like a nutritionist about it. So like we talk about how much salt we need to have, but I'm like, the American diet is so salty already. Do we really need that much more salt? I'm like, I eat shin ramen on a regular basis. That's like 2,000 milligrams of salt when you eat that. I'm like, aren't I good? I don't know. All right, so here's my big jug of water. Let's get this filled up. Salted margarita. It says to mix with 22 ounces of fluid, so I might be pouring this a little short. I don't know. Does anyone? What is a standard bottle like this? How many ounces? Does anyone know? Calvin says, "Do you drink the whole broth?" I sure do. And I get all my probiotics because I eat it with a lot of kimchi. You know. So Patrick says this is about 17 ounces. Okay. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw, Patrick posted something. He made it his wife name runners. He made a PowerPoint game for his wife. It was pretty funny. All right. This is the Mortal Hydration salty margarita. What's in here? 10 grams of carbs, 900 milligrams of salt. You guys are going to kill me here. Okay. And then what else is in here? There's some calcium and potassium. All right, let's try it though. Oh, that's good. Limey. It's like a limeade. I like this a lot. I hate that sound, by the way. The sound that bottles make when you drink and makes that weird like suction sound. Ooh, but yeah. This is salty stuff. It's good. I do feel like that kind of tastes like a margarita. I mean, lime juice, main ingredient in a margarita, right? So, okay. I was going to try to drink a lot of all the bottles because I'm dehydrated and stuff. But if that has 900 milligrams of salt in it, I can't be drinking a bunch of those, right? That's going to give me like high blood pressure. No? Is that how blood pressure works? I don't know. All right. I got a bunch of bottles in this bag. Here's one that I just poured water. Because I think that pitcher, it's big, but I don't think it has enough water to properly mix all these. Let's do the, let's mix it up. Let's not do another Mortal Hydration. Let's do this one. We've got Magna. It is a a focus energy recovery, lemon iced tea lemonade, and lemon lime. This has magnesium powered hydration. So I feel like there's a lot of magnesium and stuff. You can have it's not like vitamin C where if you have too much, you just piss it out. You can have too much magnesium in a day, right? Isn't that bad? But this has 10 carbs, some vitamin D, vitamin B6, vitamin B12. I mean, I'd take a vitamin D and a vitamin B pill right now. And it's got magnesium. All right. Calvin says Magna has a lot of magnesium. You can only have 2 per day or risk GI problems. Is that what it is? Oh, okay. So I'm gonna have the lemonade iced tea lemonade. So my wife bought this like Lipton tea product or something, and it's like a cold brew iced tea. It's a tea bag, but you put it in regular water. You steep it. Only takes about 5 minutes to steep, even in cold water, which kind of like doesn't have to be like overnight. But I take that and I mix it with Country Time lemonade. And we have a powder that I make. And I've been sipping on that all summer long, like an Arnold Palmer. Man, that's like one of my favorites. Now, I gotta see if my wife can find, maybe they make that cold brew, cold summertime lemonade, whatever, the iced tea that you don't need heat to do it. That, if they make it in a peach flavor, like peach iced tea and lemonade. Oh, that's what I would love. All right. Yeah, Vanessa says too much magnesium can cause medical issues. I think there's you need over 350 milligrams. This has 5 milligrams, I think. No, wait. How much is in here? Oh, it's 5. Wait, this is 500 milligrams. No, right? Am I reading this wrong? I don't know. There's 300 milligrams of salt. A lot of salt in this too. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it's not going to cause issues. Is Tommy in here? Tommy has been taking something at night to help him sleep, and he says he takes it like an hour before he goes to bed. Is that magnesium too? What is magnesium for? What do I need it for? This tastes really nice, guys. Guys, this is the best tasting electrolyte that I've ever had. Because I love lemonade iced tea. Maybe it's just because it's summer. Maybe it's not the best I've ever had. Usually I like something that's fruit punch flavored. But this is really good. I like this. Magna. Focus, energy, recovery. This is really, really good. Andrew Scott says magnesium helps the muscles relax. Okay. Leela Lou says magnesium helps if you have restless leg syndrome. Oh, okay. Is that what AJ has? He said his legs were twitching today. And Richard Wilson says, I just saw a study out of Australia that there are people getting nerve damage from too much vitamin B6. I think as a all the B vitamins I don't get enough of, I think, because I'm vegetarian, or mostly vegetarian. But I don't know. Interesting. Is it because people are taking just too many pills of vitamin B stuff? Is that what's happening? I don't know. Yeah, and Juliana Vivi says magnesium helps sleep too. But it's supposed to be focus, energy, recovery, not sleepy time. But who's saying... Calvin says Magna is expensive though. I got a free box, but I wouldn't pay for it. It's $60 a box. How many do you get in a box? I don't know that I would want to pay like $4 a bottle of that though. It is tasty. It's really good. I want to keep sipping on it. That's nice. Okay. That's 2. Should we do some chewable things? Let's open up this box from Salt Stick. I was also, so I'm shopping for some new gels. And so not that I'm unhappy with Science and Sport, but I just feel like I've been a huge fan of Science and Sport for a long time. Back when they were only sold on Amazon. And I've been trying to find a way to try and work with them for a really long time. And they were like, we're not doing any influencer marketing. And I was like, okay, cool. So we'll see if maybe I can find something else that will work better or just as well. You know, so we'll see. But one of the things I was noticing is some of the brands that I looked at, because I was looking at the feed and trying to figure out like, well, let's see what else is out there. A lot of the other ones don't have any salt at all. And so I would love a gel that has some salt in it. But then I was like, well, maybe I got all these salt stick chews and stuff. Just regular salted ones, you know. I was like, maybe I'll just bring those. But then I'm like, I don't want to bring a packet of pills or chewables and then pockets full of gels. It seems weird. But anyway. This is chewable electrolytes and caffeine. No mixing, no waiting, just chew. No water needed. Fast-acting electrolytes. Tropical twist and citrus burst. Okay. I think we got to bust into these. Tropical twist. There's like what fruits would you say this is? Pineapple, orange, and what's this? Can you guys even see this? Can the camera zoom in on that? What is that thing right there? I don't know what that is. Is that like a kumquat or something? I don't know. So Daniel Estrella was recommending Neversecond, 30 grams of carbs, 200 milligrams of sodium. Got a calf version too with 75 milligrams. That sounds pretty nice. I think I ended up buying a bunch of Precision Hydration. Maybe, what's the one? It's black and then it's got like that rainbow stripe on it. I got a box of those. I think I got a 4-pack of regular and 4-pack of calf. I don't want a gel that's like 40, 50, or 60. I just feel like usually the texture starts to get weird. I want something in the 20 grams to maybe 30 grams range. And then I got a bunch of ones that are called carbs. It just says carbs on the front, which I thought that was kind of funny. And those had some salt too, but I'll have to look at Neversecond. All right, let's take a look at some of these. Everyone thinks that this fruit is guava. I'll take your word for it. I don't know what guava is. But these pills, they're not pills. I keep calling them pills. It's not. Oh, there you go. Now you can see it. There's a little water drop embedded into each of these tablets. Oh, this is nice. I like this. It's got 100 milligrams of salt, 10 milligrams of calcium, 15 milligrams of caffeine. It's not a lot. It's tasting kind of weird right now. Yeah, something happened halfway through. I don't know if I like that. It's got 30 milligrams of potassium and 6 milligrams of magnesium. Per how many? 2 tablets. So now we're at 11 milligrams. Or how much was in that? I think it was 500 milligrams. No, 5 milligrams. Magnesium in the other one. I don't know. I think I'm going to be on a lot of magnesium today. Calvin says carbs fuel is the best bang for the buck. $2 gel and 50 grams carbs, 110 milligrams sodium per gel. Is it 50 grams of carbs per? That's a lot. That's more than I kind of like to normally have. Adams, do I need to chase it with water? It specifically says on the package, no water needed. But maybe it would make it taste better. All right, now we're going to do the citrus burst. I do like the label on this one because look, it's 3 concentric citrus slices. That's just pretty. But yeah, let's try these. Vanessa says, I like carbs gels. Fairly cheap compared to others. 50 grams per gel. The 90-gram precision gels are nice too. It's resealable. I did see that. I'm like, I don't know if I want to have that in my pocket. But on the trails, I think it could be real nice. All right. These are... Here we go. I don't like this. Kind of tastes like I'm eating a vitamin. It's fast-acting hydration, though. Yeah, I just don't know about this. Maybe that's not for me. That taste was just weird. Patrick says they now have a mini carbs gel, which is half the size, so 25 grams of carbs. I did see that. So I bought a multi-pack. There's a multi-pack. It's got 50 grams. It has like I guess 50 grams of carbs. How much it is. I didn't know it was that much. There was like the regular with caffeine, regular with salt, and then the mini, I think is what the multi-pack is. So I got that. That should be coming in soon. Ugh. Whew, that I didn't like that. That was off-putting. I need some more of this iced tea lemonade. Cosmic Pineapple Michael says, I find the precision gels are one of the smallest size gels as far as taking up room in your pockets. The number second one is rather large, but not as large as you can. You know, I guess I feel like a lot of people here, we've all been around here long enough to like be like, you know, I hope Goo makes a comeback. Now, Goo did make a packet. I don't know if they still make them. Maybe they're just trying it out. Where it was like the size of a UCAN, maybe even bigger. And it was just fluid inside. Did you guys ever try those? That fluid wasn't bad. But I think I need something in between that and a Roctane. That's what I want Goo to make next. I'll rock that all day, you know. Okay. Yeah, Daniel says the liquid energy. Be waiting to try, but never got to. Yeah, it's pretty. The flavors were tasty. It's just a lot, and I was always worried that I was going to run and spill it, you know. So that was my big concern. Okay. Let's do this one next. Cadence. Now, I had tried this earlier. I don't think I ever ate this on camera. Maybe we will if we have time. But this was like a something to have either pre or during workouts. A grapefruit flavor, has 500 milligrams of sodium, potassium, magnesium, of course, because everything has magnesium, and caffeine. And I took it as a pre-run one day when I was going out to Bussy Woods, and I kind of liked it. So I'm excited to try this one. Because it has 550 milligrams of sodium. This flavor is called Tropical Surge. 550 milligrams sodium, 100 milligrams of caffeine, and 200 milligrams of L-theanine. 0 sugar. But yeah. It's tropical. I don't know how Tropical Surge is going to be different than the grapefruit, really. Because the first ingredient listed is natural grapefruit flavoring. That's a tough word to say. But man, my old man eyes are having a hard time reading this label. Yeah. So there's 20 milligrams of magnesium in this, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 500 of sodium. Calvin says, now you're going to have your drink set for the next 3 days. Yeah, I'm going to have a lot of bottles left over. All right, we got another one here. I was thinking I should have probably brought some snacks down here. Like crackers, just some palate cleansers, but I did not. Calvin says, are you wearing the Bandit Cadence half tights while drinking this? Is there a Bandit Cadence half tight? What's the story with Cadence? Where did that come from? I feel like it just kind of came out of nowhere, right? All right. So let's try this Cadence. I enjoyed the flavor of the grapefruit one, the race product, and this is just energy hydration one. Electrolyte drink mix. This is nice. Oh, it's like a sweet, it's like eating a grapefruit. I don't know why they call this tropical surge. This tastes more like a grapefruit than the grapefruit flavored one, though. It's kind of like, do you guys ever put sugar on your grapefruit to eat it? It's kind of like eating a raw grapefruit with sugar on it. The juice at the end of it has a lot of sugar in it. It's sweeter. It's like that. Plus, there's like a slight hint of like, maybe like mandarin orange, This is good. So, Cadence is yummy. Magna is yummy. The Mortal Hydration was very limey. If you're into that, then it would be good. Is there a question about someone say something about Huma? Because JC's saying that no, Calvin's like Co is big into Huma like 2021, 2022. I was. And then I kind of started taking more of the science and sport. And then I just ended up phasing out because I was like, this is getting complicated. I'm bringing like one Martin calf, 2 Humas, and 2 science and sport. I'm like, this is just, I need to streamline this. And so the Humas got kicked out. But I like the one, it's like a strawberry lemonade one. It's got a decent amount of salt in it. And that one goes down pretty smooth. Kind of like a very thin applesauce texture. So it was nice. And I feel like people were super into Huma until Spring Energy came onto the market. And then everyone jumped onto Spring Energy. So it could be time for Huma to make a comeback a little bit. We'll see. Guys, I got a couple more drinks I need to mix here, but I just don't feel like drinking that many more drinks. I'm struggling. So the last two, I mean, we'll try and we'll see if we can get there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much. If I don't like something, it's probably just because my brain is not working right. All right, so this is the Magna. Again, magnesium-powered hydration. This is lemon lime flavor. Lemon lime flavor never really excites me, but I always feel like that's probably going to be solid. You're not going to mess up lemon lime. But that could be famous last words. And again, I'm probably not putting the right amount of liquid in these. But I feel like these are estimates. Is it scratch that on the back of the package they're like, use 1 scoop if you want, 2 scoops if you want more, in your bottles? All right, so we got this one mixed up. That lemon lime is good. It's good. It's a little on the limey side. It makes you pucker a little bit. Yeah, but it's pretty good. I like that one. I'm not super thirsty anymore. I mean, if you have all these like super hydrating drinks, after a while you're not going to need any more hydration. So I am not feeling thirsty, but I do have one more bottle will do. No, I won't use a Martin bottle. That's kind of weird. All right, there's this one. And then this is the Mortal Hydration Berry Mix. Yeah, Adam says, 1 more for the road. Yeah, okay. This one's powdery. It's like smoke everywhere. But yeah, now I do have a lot of bottles ready. I just feel like, you know what? Something that has been really annoying to me is that, like, it takes so much to get ready to run in the heat. You know, everyone's talking about, like, yeah, with all the summer running, I just feel like I'm showering all the time. But I'm like, are you? I mean, I know you're showering a lot, but it's like, there's not that much. I mean, showers are easy. And then the laundry, there's less laundry because you're not wearing as many layers, I guess. But for me to get ready for a run, I got to pack a handheld, and then I'm going to want to drink something on the way to the run. And then I need to have fluids for after the run. And if I'm bringing ice bandana, I got to bring a cooler and ice. I just feel like there's just so many things. I'm bringing like a tote bag full of stuff for every run. Where in the winter, it's just like layers on, hand warmers, mittens. Let's go. You know, it's just like, it seems like a lot easier. All right, last one. Berry flavor. 10 grams carbs. 450 milligrams of sodium. Does this one also have... No, this one doesn't have anything about magnesium. But it's got some calcium and potassium in here. All right, let's try it. Tastes like a berry flavored thing would taste. Pretty okay. You know, this is the kind of flavors that I don't like. It's the kind of thing that I would definitely bring on a trip because I'm like, well, it's going to be a trip. We're going to be busy. I'm going to not be hydrated enough. I need to bring something to stay hydrated after the group run. And then I'll end up like, I don't need to drink one of those today. And then I'll travel with it and I'll travel back home with it. I didn't love that flavor. So my favorites today, I would say, are Tropical Surge from the Cadence. And then the Magna iced tea lemonade. Those are probably my two favorite flavors that I had today. My least favorite flavor would be the citrus whatever salt stick chews. That was not great. I feel like if you're salt stick, is it time to expand the product offerings from, like, why doesn't salt stick make a gel? Why doesn't salt stick, you know what I mean? Salt stick doesn't have to be chewable. I feel like if they were looking to expand their product offerings, they should also do they not make sachets? You know? I know chewables is their thing now, but it doesn't always have to be, I think. I like salt stick. I like the idea of it. I just don't always love what they make. So anyway. All right. That's going to be it for today, guys. Thanks for everyone for tuning in to the mukbang. I got to tell you, I don't feel great. I think I overdid it on some all these electrolyte and salty drinks. So I'm going to go probably lay down for a minute. Okay. I think I just had way too much in a short amount of time. So... but, you know, I did go for a run this morning and I sweated a ton. So that's probably good for me. Next video that's going to come out is going to be about the Skechers Aero Burst. Love the shoe. Don't love Skechers so much. That's the overall gist of it. And then I'll see you guys again on... Well, oh, no, wait. Wait, I won't see you guys again on Thursday. We're leaving. We're going to Iowa on Wednesday. So I will not see you guys Thursday, but I will see you guys again next week, next Monday. So for those of you who are celebrating the 4th of July, happy 4th of July. Stay safe out there, everybody. Stay hydrated. Drink your electrolyte drinks. And stay safe. All right, guys. See you guys in a week.